On paper, strictly on paper, without context, I give this movie a 6 out of 10. If I have a good day, 7 out of 10. But if I look at the scenes in context and the whole movie in context, it is way worse. Sure, if your preference is the epic scale, it has that. It even gives screen time to all the characters except, to those who don't get screen time, like Ant-Man is not there, or who was the that's not the Falcon, and the other black dude does not get really any ample screen time, and who is Loki? Snover, of course, yeah, he died. Okay, sure. So that's a minor complaint then. But when you think about it for like 5 minutes, this movie gets bad. And I'm not joking. No matter what you feel individually because you didn't pay attention, it is objectively not good. Now, let's start with an interesting question. Is Vision a robot? I know it's just out of nowhere and really has barely any significance, if any. No. If you remember way back when, Vision was built by Ultron fusing living cells with vibranium. So it is either a cyborg by technicality or an artificial life form. But he's not a robot. He's not a mechanical life form. Then there is Wanda. What was the plan with her? I mean, what did Hydra want to make of her? Or at least, the very least, if Hydra didn't know about this project, really, the Hydra scientist. Because he said, oh, SHIELD and Hydra, they are the two sides of the same coin. So he was really just his own agent. Then let's talk about the snap. I don't know what the English original says, it doesn't really matter. It's bullshit. One, we all knew there will be another Endgame and they will retcon the whole thing. Two, just by the look, who got snapped? I don't care for most of them, it's just whatever. Although we knew there was in production a Black Panther 2. We will get right back to that. So we knew Chala won't die for realsies. We knew that Spider-Man can die, so that's a so red herring. It's ridiculous. Because Wanda never got anything to do. Sure, she won't die either. So, really, who will die? Not many. It's a joke. It's a fucking joke, like the Watchman says. The comedian. It's ridiculous. It's nonsense. And the last shot after credit scene, there is only one after a way too long credits. There Captain Marvel was really to save the day. She really was a big reveal, which went nowhere. We all know it went nowhere. And I don't care. She was bad to work with, and her own movie was a flop, and the audience disliked the character because then Black Widow just got pushed away into whenever. That was very disrespectful. You should stick to the script because thematically you made it to be a big reveal. The movie Captain Marvel should have come out after Endgame. And in Endgame, Captain Marvel should have done something. I don't see what she could do, but she should have been a big deal. And she should have gotten a prequel backstory to explain who she is. But they fucked up. Because Feige fucked Brie Larson. Fuck's sake. And we really are missing a movie or a TV series. What did Captain America and his allies do between Ultron and this? Or Civil War, Civil War and Infinity War. What did they do? Did they print a book to explain it, or comic book series? Because there, we are missing a movie. I don't care that Phase 3 already got released a bunch of stuff, but we are still missing a movie. No. Back to T'Challa for a brief moment. The actor who played Black Panther. He knew he had Phase 4 cancer. And he hid it. Hid it from Marvel. That's unforgivable. Absolutely unforgivable. That's as big of a sin as George R.R. Martin not finishing Game of Thrones, or Guillermo del Toro not making the third installment of the Hellboy trilogy, or Steven Spielberg making Schindler's List. It's the betrayal of the audience. I hope this shish was audible for the record. Now let's talk about the fight scenes. We have at least 2+1 fight scene we have to talk about. Let's talk about the Wakanda fight. It's just the end of the world. No big deal. Why even call in all the armies? We just have to save the world, and not just Earth, but the literal universe. And how these things works? Just concentrate on the fight. How can some of the clone army come through the Wakanda energy wall? I have no idea. Absolutely. Most just get stuck on it. The stronger ones get halfway through, then the energy field just splices them in half. How can any of them come through? They can't. They come through because the plot says so. Then, when they decide to open the energy shield, sure. Why do they run into melee distance? I don't mean the clone army. We don't know anything about the clone army. They are not Chidori. They are another new clone army. What we don't know about them, all species we don't know about it. We don't know if they are sentient or just bred animals, like in the blind things in the silent sci-fi horror, or the fear-smelling beasts in the Will Smith movie. We have zero idea how they work, so we don't care. At least I really don't. But why does the Wakanda army run into melee distance? Why give up the ranged advantage? I have zero idea. And why don't they have turrets? And especially mortars? Where are the mortars? And why don't everybody wear Black Panther suits? They have the vibranium. There is no excuse not to have the whole military in vibranium suits. This is just bullshit. Really, everybody should just nuke them from the orbit, or send them airplanes, and send them mortars, and send them artillery, and send them soldiers, and send them guns. Simple guns would mean a lot. It's dumb. It's not a good movie, not a good action scene. But there is worse, of course, there is always worse. This is the MCU. The whole... I won't even mention such nuanced nonsense, Spider-Man getting on the spaceship back when he had parachuted, or like the bunch of casual collateral damage, or why we are going to Thanos' planet where is literally nothing, and why does Thanos go there and he has absolutely no reason to. Why nobody has proper weaponry? Sure, whatever, but sure. They land on the planet and they do a fight or two. Who cares at this point? Sure, on paper it's an action scene, it's fine. It's halfway decent. I mean, it's just a CGI orgy, so it's not an actual fight, but sure, whatever. Let's first talk about, because this will be two questions I will have here. Let's talk about the plan of Doctor Strange. Why do we have this fight scene at all? I question this. Why not just give him the stone? What difference the fight made? Aside almost killing Tony Stark and all the rest of the bullshit. What did it achieve? Nothing. Literally nothing. Strangers could have gone there and here's the stone, fuck you. For a brief moment, talk about Thanos' directive, randomly making half of the population of the universe disappear. I don't know if this applies to animals, plants, and mushrooms, and all the other stuff. But sure, this is a comic book movie, so don't think too hard about this. But as we see during the end credit scene or whatever, you saw that helicopter? Yeah, the pilot died, so everybody else died on the helicopter. Now imagine if, like, half the crew, or the entire crew, something like that, disappeared from a nuclear power plant. Yeah, that did definitely happen somewhere. And it's not like that would do anything for the rich. I bet in like 5 seconds everybody knew what they actually own, and everything would go the same way, and there would be a population boom back to the level we started from, and the poor would be just still poorer, and a bunch of collateral damage because a lot of the working class just disappeared. So yeah, that was a bad idea. But I still have a major gripe with all the Thanos fight on the Thanos planet. Or like the whole of the Thanos fight at the very end of the movie. You know why? You remember the confrontation with the Guardians of the Galaxy? I hope you do. Because this you're supposed to watch the movie and hype it up. Oh, best thing in existence. Oh, it's fucking bad. You remember what happened with Mantis and Batista? Drugs the Destroyer. He doesn't really destroy anything, but whatever. Yeah, that. They fell to pieces without even a snap. Just on a thought, on a whim. Any fight against Thanos would have gone like that. Any fight. Everyone is just falling to bits. You cannot hit Thanos.